This Sunday is the fifth Sunday in our Lenten journey. So last week on Lent 4, that's known as Refreshment Sunday or Mothering Sunday. And Lent 4 is a time where things are a little bit lighter in tone. And the idea is that we have some refreshment there in the middle of your Lenten journey. Some churches even use rose-colored vestments for that Sunday, just like we would do on Advent 3. So after Lent 4, Lent 5 is kind of this in-between time as we're looking on towards Holy Week that's just around the corner, starting with Palm Sunday, and then on to the Triduum, Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday, all leading us into Easter Sunday. But before that dark time of Holy Week, we have a moment here at Lent 5 to sort of pause and reflect and to kind of take in all that we have been through as in this season of Lent. And for this Sunday, we have one of the most powerful gospel readings where Jesus, grief-stricken over his dear friend Lazarus, visits the tomb and calls Lazarus forth, and Lazarus is miraculously raised from the dead. And of course, the obvious idea, the foreshadowing that we are brought to new life through Jesus and that he will indeed be coming out of the tomb in just a couple of weeks' time, or at least our commemoration of it being then. So that idea that even here in Lent, the idea is not for heavy penitence and beating yourself up, but we are being called to new life, that God is calling us always to resurrection, and that every Sunday is a mini Easter. So for the service, we have some more thoughtful and meditative kinds of prayers and hymns and music for the service. The opening voluntary, the organ prelude that starts, is a setting of the familiar Lenten carol, Ah, Holy Jesus, How Hast Thou Offended? And it's by a setting by Johannes Brahms, the late 19th century German composer. And he takes that melody and he weaves some very anguished kinds of harmonies around it, but you can hear the melody pretty clearly in the top voice of the organ. It's a very short setting. It goes straight through the melody without a lot of elaboration. And yet, like I say, there's a lot of sort of harmonic wrenching that goes around. And that kind of sets the stage for the liturgy to follow. Now, the opening hymn and the closing hymn are both kind of folk melodies, so we're beginning and ending our service on a little bit of a lighter sense. Our opening hymn is hymn 152, Kind Maker of the World, O Hear the Fervent Prayer. And it talks about, as we continue in this Lenten journey, that we are praying earnestly and that we are keeping our eyes trained on Jesus. And in the hymnal 1982, this is set to a French Noel, kind of a funny little way of mixing it up. So this is a tune that was originally intended for a Christmas carol, being used for this Lenten carol. So a little bit of idea of bringing some balance and order to the church year. And as I mentioned at the end of the service, we'll be going out to another tune that's drawn from the folk tradition, this time from Wales, and we'll be singing this very strong Welsh tune, Blaen Hafren, with the text, Lord, whose love through humble service bore the weight of human need. Again, hearkening back to Jesus' life of service, even exemplified here in bringing the dead to life. And then also, this afternoon, on Sunday afternoon, we have Evensong, a Lenten Evensong that will be another time of refreshment and a chance to meditate and be thoughtful as we go into this final part of the Lenten season. The choir will be singing an a cappella setting of the Magnificat Nunc Dimittis by the Latvian composer Eriks Eschenvalds. And then we'll be singing a very simple carol by Ned Rorem, a really landmark American composer who passed away just a few months ago at the age of 100. And it's a simple kind of a hymn type texture for choir called Sing My Soul, His Wondrous Love. So we hope that you will enjoy and really have a chance to think and meditate through the morning service. And we also invite you to come back at 4:45 for choral evensong as we prepare to move into this most holy of all weeks.